From translation, Net New English Translation, this 145th day of the year today we are reading passages, Nehemiah 4-6, Nehemiah chapter 4, verses 1 to 23. When Sanballat heard that we were rebuilding the wall, he became furious and was greatly enraged. He mocked the Jews before his colleagues and the powerful men of Samaria, and said, "What are these feeble Jews doing? Are they going to restore it themselves? Can they offer sacrifices? Can they finish in a day? Can they bring these burnt stones back to life from the rubble heap?" Tobiah the Ammonite, who was standing beside him, said, "What kind of wall they are building? Even if a fox climbed up, it would break through their stone wall. Hear our God, for we are despised. Make their reputation despicable in the land, and cover their name with a dishonorable reputation. Do not let their guilt be blotted out from your sight, because they have provoked you to anger in the presence of the builders." So we rebuilt the wall until all of it was joined together, up to half its height, for the people had a mind to work. Now when Sanballat, Tobiah, the Arabs, the Ammonites, and the Ashdodites heard that the repairs to Jerusalem's walls were going well, and that the gaps were being closed, they became very angry, because all of them were conspiring to come and attack Jerusalem and to cause confusion in it. So they all plotted together to come and fight against Jerusalem and to cause it trouble. But we prayed to our God and stationed a guard to protect it day and night. Meanwhile, the people of Judah said, "The strength of the laborers is failing, and there is too much rubble. We cannot rebuild the wall." Also our adversaries said, "Before they know it or notice us, we will be right there among them and will kill them and stop the work." When the Jews who lived near them came and told us 10 times, "Everywhere you turn they attack us from all directions," I stationed the people by their families, with their swords, their spears, and their bows. I looked up and said to the nobles, the officials, and the rest of the people, "Do not be afraid of them. Remember the great and awesome Lord, and fight for your brothers, your sons, your daughters, your wives, and your homes." When our enemies heard that we had found out their plot and that God had frustrated it, we all returned to the wall, each one to his work. But from that day on, half of my men worked on construction, while half of them held spears, shields, bows, and chain mail. The officers supported all the people of Judah, who were building the wall. The laborers who carried loads worked with one hand and held a weapon with the other. Each of the builders had his sword strapped at his side as he worked. But the man who sounded the trumpet stayed with me. I said to the nobles, the officials, and the rest of the people, "The work is extensive and spread out on the hill, and the wall is separated from us at the lower places. Wherever you hear the trumpet, rally to us there. Our God will fight for us." So we worked on the project, and half of the men held spears from daybreak until the stars came out. At that time I also said to the people, "Let each man stay in Jerusalem with his servant, so that they may serve us as guards during the night and work during the day." So neither I, my relatives, nor my servants, nor the men who were with the officers took off our clothes. Each kept his weapon at his hand. Nehemiah chapter 5, verses 1-19. Now there was a great outcry from the people and their wives against their fellow Jews. Some were saying, "We have great numbers of children, and we need more food to survive. We are being forced to mortgage our fields, our vineyards, and our homes to get grain during the famine." Others were saying, "We are being forced to borrow money to pay the king's tax on our fields and our vineyards. We are fellow Israelites. Our children are just like your children, yet we are forcing our sons and daughters to be slaves. Some of our daughters are already enslaved, but we are powerless because our fields and vineyards belong to others. We are trying to live in compliance with our agreements, since our fields are already owned by others." I became very angry when I heard their outcry and these words. After I had considered it carefully, I rebuked the nobles and officials. I told them, "You are exacting interest from your own people." Then I convened a large assembly against them and said to them, "We have tried to buy back our fellow Jews who were sold to the nations, but now you are even selling your own brothers so that we may buy them back." They were silent and could not offer a reply. I continued, "What you are doing is not good. Should you not walk in the fear of our God to avoid the taunts of the nations, our enemies? My brothers and my servants are also lending money and grain to the people. Let us stop charging this interest. Please return to them immediately their fields, their vineyards, their olive groves, and their houses, along with the percentage of money, grain, new wine, and olive oil that you have been assessing." They replied, "We will return them and will require nothing from them." "We will do as you say." Then I summoned the priests and made the nobles and officials swear an oath to do what they had promised. I also shook out the folds of my robe and said, "So may God shake out every man from his house and from his labor who does not keep this promise. Thus may he be shaken out and emptied." And all the assembly said, "Amen," and they praised the Lord. Then the people kept this promise. From the time I was appointed to be their governor in the land of Judah, from the 20th year to the 32nd year of King Artaxerxes, 12 years, I and my relatives never ate the food allotted to the governor. But the former governors who were before me laid heavy burdens on the people, and took from them food and wine, besides 40 shekels of silver. Even their servants oppressed the people, but because I feared God, I did not act like that. Instead, I devoted myself to the work on this wall. All of my servants were gathered there for the work. There were at my table 150 Jews and officials, besides those who came to us from the surrounding nations. What was prepared for each day was 1 ox, 6 choice sheep, and some fowls. And once every 10 days an abundance of all kinds of wine. Yet for all this I did not demand the food allotted to the governor, because the demands were too heavy on the people. Remember me, O my God, for good, according to all that I have done for this people. Nehemiah chapter 6, verses 1 to 19. When Sanballat, Tobiah, Geshem the Arab, and the rest of our enemies heard that I had rebuilt the wall and that no gap remained, although at that time I had not yet installed the doors in the gates, Sanballat and Geshem sent me a message saying, "Come, let us meet together in the villages of Ono." But they planned to harm me. So I sent messengers to them, saying, "I am doing a great project and cannot come down. Why should the work stop while I leave it to come down to you?" They sent me the same message 4 times, and I gave them the same answer each time. Then in the same way, Sanballat sent me his aid with a threatening letter, which was written in this way: "It is reported among the nations, and Geshem also says this, that you and the Jews plan to rebel. This is the reason you are building the wall. According to these reports, you intend to become their king. Furthermore, you have appointed prophets to proclaim about you in Jerusalem, 'There is a king in Judah.' You have also appointed officials in Jerusalem to make this happen." Then I sent him this reply: "You have fabricated all these things, and you are inventing them out of your own mind." For they were all trying to frighten us, thinking, "Their hands will get too weak for the work, and it will not be completed. But now, O God, strengthen my hands." I went to Shemaiah son of Delaiah, son of Mehetabel, who was confined to his house. He said, "Let us meet together in the house of God, inside the temple, and let us close the doors of the temple, for they are coming to kill you. They are coming to kill you at night." But I said, "Should a man like me flee? Should someone like me go into the temple to save his life? I will not go in." I realized that God had not sent him, but he had prophesied against me because Tobiah and Sanballat had hired him. He had been hired to intimidate me so that I would commit a sin and get a bad reputation, in order that they could reproach me. Remember, O my God, Tobiah and Sanballat, and also the prophetess Noadiah and the rest of the prophets who wanted to intimidate me. The wall was completed on the 25th of the month Elul, in 52 days. When all our enemies heard about it, all the surrounding nations were afraid and lost their self-confidence, because they realized that this work had been accomplished with the help of our God. Also in those days the nobles of Judah sent many letters to Tobiah, and Tobiah's letters came to them. For many in Judah were bound by oath to him, because he was the son-in-law of Shechaniah son of Ara. And his son Jehohanan had married the daughter of Meshullam son of Berechiah. They kept telling me about his good deeds, and then reporting my words to him. Tobiah sent letters to intimidate me.